The Orange Fuckweasel was set to lose Georgia for the third time this past Friday as the state reaffirms the President-elect Joe Biden's win in the state following a recount requested by Pumpkin Tits' campaign. That recount followed an audit automatically conducted by the state after it became apparent that the results in the presidential contest would be exceptionally narrow. The audit, however, which compared paper records of votes cast with the reported results, failed to make Pumpkin Tits the winner, as of course did the initial results after Election Day. Even if the Orange Fuckweasel were able to pull off an upset in Georgia, it wouldn't really matter for anything other than bragging rights. The state's 16 electoral votes are insignificant to the actual results, given that flipping them from Biden to the Orange Fuckweasel would simply narrow Biden's electoral college victory. But the reality of success has not been one of the bounds of Pumpkin Tits' efforts to allege fraud in a smattering of states, an effort now spearheaded by his attorney Rudy Colludy. Colludy has been crisscrossing the country attending informal hearings held by sympathetic lawmakers in the hope of making the sort of splash on the local scene that he has failed to make nationally. The reason for this is simple. The campaign has not yet managed to produce any real. The campaign has not been able to produce any real evidence of wide-scale fraud. It has lots of things that presents as evidence, including scads of affidavits from allies alleging that they witnessed dubious seeming things, but experts and judges have repeatedly and universally dismissed those claims as wrong, biased, or insufficient. To date, the campaign has done little more than throw smoke bombs and insist that there has been a fire. In a triumphant appearance on Insanity's faux news program Thursday night, however, Colludy announced that all of this has changed. Today's video was really explosive, he said, because it puts the lie to the fact that there's no evidence. Basically, this is what he's claiming anyway. You're welcome to parse Colludy's inadvertent admission that it's a fact that there's no evidence, but the point is he's making it clear the video to which he refers to is at last the evidence that critics were looking for. The video that he's talking about is a collection of feeds from security cameras apparently recording a ballot counting operation at Fulton County, Georgia. In it, an individual is seen directing others to pull black containers from either a shelving unit or from under a table. The containers are then taken to nearby tables, opened, and apparent ballots removed. It's hard to tell what happens next, but a voiceover suggests that the half-dozen individuals in the room then scanned the ballots. What Colludy and others claimed happened is that observers were cleared from the room and that ballots were hidden in suitcases were then brought out to be counted without any oversight. You can see how such a narrative framework could be applied to the footage, particularly since that's what the voiceover, which aired unsurprisingly on the unabashedly pro 45 nut looking channel, One America News network shows claims it shows, but that's not even a truthful news site anyway. But the video itself isn't proof that this is what happened, or that those ballots were in any way illegal. It is simply a video that shows people doing things that are hard to parse in the abstract. That someone offering testimony in support of Pumpkin Tits' claims suggests that something nefarious happened, should he be understood in the context of that effort. The fact-checking site Lead Stories dug into the claims, speaking with several Georgia officials about what the video showed. If you look at the videotape, the work you see is the work you would expect, said Gabriel Sterling, the state's voting systems manager, which is you take the sealed suitcase, looking things in, you place the ballots on the scanner in the manageable batches, and you can scan them. Sterling is the official whose impassioned demand that Pumpkin Tits curtail his conspiracy theories went viral this week. Another official pointed out that the containers being used were standard containers and that the process shown was normal. That official, Francis Watson, also denied that anyone had been told to leave the room. A monitor from the state election board also told Lead Stories that he was present the entire time. There's no indication that Colludy or his team tried to evaluate the content of the video before presenting it as dispositive. This isn't surprising either. Colludy has repeatedly offered unvetted claims of wrongdoing by Pumpkin Tits opponents without checking them beforehand. For example, he uncritically interviewed Ukrainian officials willing to disparage Biden with the fake news OAN's help. One of them was later linked to Russian intelligence when he somehow came into possession of a laptop computer allegedly belonging to Biden's son. He gave it to the New York Post because he said either nobody else would take it, or if they took it, they would spend all the time they could to try to contradict it before they put it out. Yeah, imagine making sure you knew what you were talking about before you began talking. It's worth noting that even Faux News declined to report on the laptop without some legwork first. And insanity true to form. Marbled at Colludy's big suitcase scoop. Here it is, the evidence at long last, which proved Pumpkin Tits' case, at least to the tune of about 24,000 votes in one state. That by itself it wouldn't change the results of the presidential contest, but again, the point isn't finding fires. The point is whipping up some smoke. So if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Brian Ben Mike, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out, and thanks for listening.